Hi there. Welcome to the Mini Perfumerie. My name is Magenta, and I can tell you a little bit about what we have on offer today and what we have coming soon. As you may know, we specialize in smaller perfumes. Now, we do have a couple of larger ones here, and I'll explain those in a minute. But the majority of what we have are little perfumes, along with some extra small that are coming soon. Let's start with our little tray here. These are all perfumes that we keep in stock all the time. These other ones are actually more of a seasonal rotation. We don't always have them available. However, these are, I believe, what some would call classics. They're timeless, they're scents that people might use every day, might be a scent that people call their signature scent. And as you can tell, these are majority glass bottles. They may have plastic caps or even some metal, but they're very nice for traveling. They're just wonderful to keep around, and of course, they are very small in size. Let's start with the first one, shall we? This is, can you recognize it from the bottle? It matches the big one almost to a T. But this is Yves Saint Laurent's Black Opium. It's very vanilla scent, very woody. Some people use this as a date night scent. Some people use it as an everyday scent. It really is just a classic. They do release various flavors. I believe they release one, I feel like just about once a year. But this one has stood the test of time for many. Would you like to smell it, or are you familiar with the scent? Yeah, couldn't hurt to smell it again, right? And this bottle has a little rubber stopper in it. It's not a spray, so you do need to be a little careful. But it does snap fairly securely, as you heard. Next up, we have a classic. This one I feel like has come in and out of fashion throughout the years, but the people who love it stand by it. It's Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue. This one is what you would think of as a lighter scent. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but there's a little smell again. Plastic stopper, but it stops very securely. As you can hear, this one is a glass bottle with a bit of a plastic top. Again, perfect for traveling, TSA compliant, all that good stuff. Now, are you a fan of the lighter fragrances? This one is technically a pour homme. It's technically a men's fragrance. However, I feel like fragrances are for everyone. This smells lovely on just about everybody. I really recommend it. I hope more brands do away with labeling something for men, for women. It's for anyone. Everyone's body chemistry is different. Now this one has also stood the test of time. This is a fragrance called Clinique Happy. I would say Clinique is normally known for their skincare. However, they do have many options in the Clinique Happy family. This is just the regular, I'd say standard edition Clinique Happy. This one is unique because it actually has a sprayer. It doesn't have like a rubber stopper, it's still a spray, which some people do prefer. I will say for this one, the lid does snap closed, but it's not as secure as the rubber stopper bottles. But since it has a sprayer, you don't necessarily need to worry as much. It's kind of a trade-off there. Now, let's go for this one. This is Burberry, and this is their Eau de Parfum. It's a small bottle, but it's got a big punch to it. It definitely has a little bit more of a florally fresh kind of scent. Yeah, it definitely to me leans more romantic, but it does have a lot of like clean scent to it. This is actually one of my favorites for after a workout, when you've had, you know, a nice shower, you feel just re-energized and you want something to kind of give that clean energy, you know? I really like it. Then we have a very, I'd say, controversial fragrance. This is My Way by Giorgio Armani. This is the, again, I'd say like standard edition. I believe they have other ones that have different colors on the tops. But this one, again, rubber stopper. This one has a big floral scent. Very floral. I have had some clients describe it as old lady. However, I found that on the right person, this is just a lovely, everyday, out on the town, going to work kind of smell. I will say it is very strong. So a little goes a long way. But as you can see, this is one of our more popular options. It's got a lot missing as far as testing goes. And again, it's very popular, but it's also very divisive. Now, I did save my favorite for last. I know I should be unbiased, but Versace's Bright Crystal, it's iconic. I feel like it's a lot of people's signature scent, but the nice thing about it is unique on everyone. Again, we have a lovely lid. It looks like a crystal. It has a rubber stopper. Yeah, what do you think? It's definitely not for everyone, but I will say, of all the scents that we offer, I have seen this one given as a gift the most. Because it's fairly gentle, you can, you know, of course, build it up. But in general, it's fairly gentle. But people do really love it. It's just kind of the right amount of clean and floral, but fresh, but not too much. It's very, very popular. Yeah. So let's move on to our little boxes. This is a box set of Viktor and Rolf. It's their Flower Bomb set. Now, it does have two of the most popular options in it. It has the standard edition of Flower Bomb, but then it also does have the Ruby Orchid edition. Now, this is another one that can be divisive. However, I have seen this given as a gift quite a bit. It's very nice because it has a beautiful presentation. You just slide the box open, and then you've got your beautifully labeled little bottles. Mine have shifted because I don't always put them away correctly. You know, you can only do so much. But as you can see, we have, again, it's a little glass bottle with a little plastic topper. But these are fairly secure in here. It's nice that you can kind of shake them around and they don't move too much. I've never had one of these be damaged in shipping. It's just fantastic. Now, with a name like Flower Bomb, you would expect it to be just very floral. Are you familiar with the scent? Yeah, let's smell together. Yeah. It's definitely got some more kind of amber, woody notes. It's not just a garden. I would even say that I feel like My Way smells more floral than Flower Bomb, which is kind of funny to me. Now, as you can see, it's a little bottle, of course, but a little bit goes a long way with this one. And the wear time on this one is quite good. Now, next up, we have the Ruby Orchid version. Now, this is very popular because it does have more of a fruity hint. Again, you would think that with a name like Flower Bomb, Ruby Orchid, it does have orchid notes in it, but it does still have like kind of an amber hint to it. It's got like a little bit of a fruity. It's just a really well-balanced perfume. And again, I've actually had folks of really any gender enjoy this one, and especially with the beautiful like red bottle. It doesn't feel out of place on anyone's vanity. It doesn't scream feminine. It doesn't scream masculine. It just screams, I smell good. Which, I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. This is just a lovely gift set. I really enjoy this one. Now, another gift set that we have is this Billie Eilish gift set. And this one is a little divisive. People either really love or really hate these. I'm in the camp of I really love this one. I'm not such a big fan of this one on myself. But in general, it does smell nice. This one, though, the number one, it might be my very favorite vanilla scent. So when you open the box, as you can tell, we've opened this one a few times. When you open the box, you have both bottles of perfume. And again, it's divisive in that some people love the bottles, some people don't love the bottles. It's really a personal preference thing, of course. But here are the bottles. They are almost an exact replica of the full-size bottle. So if you like that, if you don't, it's really not going to change. One thing that I have seen pointed out is that it does seem that the bottles do fit together well. So if you are going to store them on a vanity, they might fit together just right. I haven't personally tried that, but your mileage may vary. So let's start with the number one fragrance. And this one is more of a vanilla, kind of gourmand scent. Are you familiar with it? Yeah, I know when this came out, a lot of people were really kind of clamoring for it. I know a lot of stores were sold out for a long time. Yeah, that's number 1. And then here's number 2. It comes in a gray bottle and it's more of a woodsy scent. Yeah, like you definitely smell like cedar. You definitely smell like a little bit of sweetness, but definitely not gourmand. It's more of a like clean smell, but very, very woodsy, which again, people seem to either love or hate. With my body chemistry, it really just smells like Christmas trees. Like it smells a lot like pine when I wear it. So personally, it's not my favorite. But on friends, it smells great. But it's not my journey. It is a good smell. It does last a long time, but it's just not for me. Now, another divisive one that people either seem to really love or really hate, I am in the camp of loving it, is from Ellis Brooklyn, and this is their scent called Myth. Now, Myth is one that we carry this one really often, but not all year round. We typically have it, I'd say, about every other quarter. I know, that sounds really weird, but this one is extremely popular in the time between fall and winter, kind of like October, November, maybe the beginning of December, maybe the end of September, and then also in spring leading to summer. I know, we've noticed a trend, and so that's usually when we keep it in stock. Now, this one is very divisive. Some people say that it smells like baby powder. Some people say that it smells like orange blossom. Some people love it for men. Some people love it for women. For me, it's a very dynamic scent. I feel like it's one to where, depending on the day, depending on the temperature outside, it's gonna wear a little differently, which I think is why it's so popular at different times of the year. But this one, it's really just a gorgeous scent to me. Yeah, have you ever smelled any of the Ellis Brooklyn perfumes? They're not super common. They're not kind of a legacy brand like, you know, Victor and Rolf, like Giorgio Armani, but I do feel like they're pretty popular these days. Now, we're called the Mini Perfumerie. However, sometimes we order the wrong size. These were supposed to be this size. As you can see, there's a little bit of a difference. Now, we do our best here. This is 7.5 milliliters. These are 50. So they're a little bit of a difference. However, because we made an error, these are actually the same price as the Myth. And we'll get into pricing later. I don't want to bore you with the details. We're just having fun. Now, these of course do come in a bigger box, obviously, and a bigger bottle. This is the scent called Florist, and as you can guess, it is a very floral scent. It has a magnetic cap, which is very fun. It's got beautiful metal details. It's got a glass bottle. It's just beautiful in its simplicity. Now, as you can smell, this one is very floral. It's got some notes of honeysuckle. I believe it also has rose, and it wears down to be almost a woody, ambery scent, but really the floral notes come through. So if you're not a fan of floral perfumes, this is probably not for you. Again, it can be for anyone, obviously, but I would say that I've never seen someone give this as a gift to like someone who leans more masculine. It's a very feminine scent, but I don't see why anyone could wear it. It's really just lovely. If you like the smell of honeysuckle, it's for you. This one is pretty divisive. This is called Sunfruit, and as the name would suggest, it's a bit fruity and also a bit tropical. It's got some coconut notes. It has a little bit of a woody vibe, but when you spray it on, it is very fruity and very clean. But then it wears down to being pretty sweet, but also woody. It's very interesting. I have had, again, this one has a magnetic top. Love that. It's just so fun to play with. Now, I have had some folks say that the longevity on this one is not as good, and I will say that's fair. This one, depending on the person, depending on what you're doing, of course, it's gonna wear a little differently. Now, I would say that for me, this one lasts about 6 hours from the time that I put it on. If I'm just having a normal day at the office, normal day at the shop, I would say it's about 6 hours. Whereas this one, I would say is more in the range of 8 to 10. You can still kind of pick up those notes. This one, a little less so. I would say this one's really nice if you're, wanting those feelings of going on a vacation, but not actually having to pay for a vacation. I'd say this is pretty much where it's at. Now, last but not least, we have what we call our mini minis. These are really just samples. They are things that we're possibly bringing in. These are actually unopened because what we do is for every purchase you make of a fragrance, we will give you one of these of your choice. So whether you want to have, the Angel Elixir by Mugler, or you want to have Acqua di Gioia, these are really nice to have just on hand. And we do have some what we call like samples that you can, smell. You can kind of just spray them in the air. They're very small, but they'll give you a good feel for whether or not you actually like a perfume or not. As you can see, we have some Yves Saint Laurent Libre. This one is just the Eau de Parfum. This one is the Eau de Parfum Intense. Some people love it, some people don't. It's very, very divisive. We, of course, have a sample of My Way. It's one of our most popular. Angel, as I mentioned, and Acqua di Gioia. And then last but not least, this one's brand new to us. We have the Yves Saint Laurent Myself. Yeah, we haven't brought in a lot of the YSL perfumes yet, but it is something that we're looking into. So that's what we have. Now, as far as pricing goes, if you wanted to get anything, just let me know. We can work something out. Yeah, I know these days times are tight, fragrances are expensive. I'm just so glad that I could show you around today. Yeah, this has been wonderful. yeah, if you have any questions or want to smell anything again, just let me know and we'll get you taken care of. Yeah, this was wonderful. Thank you.